Hi there, everybody. It is Lee. It is Tuesday, May 2nd. It's time for the Daily Briefing. And as you can tell, the Daily Briefing looks slightly spiffier tonight. We are trying, I told you as part of the 2.0 upgrade, we're looking at increasing the quality on everything we do. It's still an iterative process. We're still working through trying things. We just shot a few lessons. And so while we've got that set up, I'm going to use the setup right now. The plan is to have the daily briefings be higher quality, but we're not quite there yet. This is an example. You can see it already looks fancier, but tomorrow it might be back to the iPad because we're trying things. In a couple of weeks here, we're going to settle everything out. I hope you're doing great. I'm still adjusting my schedule. I'm doing the radio show. I'm doing the stuff in the school, which we're really focused on right now. And again, thanks for being part of it. We have one question tonight, which I've memorized. You notice I'm not looking at my iPad, which I've memorized, which is someone asked me about Wikinews, and we'll include a link here to that site. They asked me what I think of it, and my first impression is I like it as I like all news sources. I am a big believer in more news sources, right? I have questions about crowdsourced news. I have questions about how you avoid bias. Bias is not, I'm okay with bias. I've talked about this before. Misinformation. That's what I have a question about. And this just goes to a general topic, which I've talked about before and I beat on all the time, but let me just say it again. I like knowing somebody's bias up front. I like that on my radio show with Garland Nixon, we start the show on fault lines by me saying, I'm a Republican investigative reporter. Garland says I'm a Democratic Bernie Sanders supporter or progressive or whatever he says. And he makes it very clear throughout the show what his beliefs are as I do mine. I like that. And I like the fact that I can be an opinion person, but I can also be a news person, and I wear slightly two different hats, but I don't pretend that I'm not an opinion person. So, be who you are. That's the point I want to make here. Be who you are. Self-discovery and defining yourself by choices you make is a key part of being human. Let me say that last bit again. As a journalist, or as whatever you are, you define yourself by the choices you make. That doesn't mean you can't make other choices starting today. You can. Often it's difficult to make different choices if you're in a peer group that's making this one set of choices and you choose to go a different way. If you're a liberal and you choose to break out from being liberal, you're going to hear about it from your friends. You might lose your friends, as I did. If you're conservative and you start to break out from being conservative, it's the same deal. This is the sort of herd tribal instincts that people have, and they're not awesome, right? And if you're doing journalism, when I did improv comedy in LA, I took a class. We were doing a certain kind of improv in the group I was at. It was very jokey. And then I took a class where they stopped you from making jokes and made you be more of an actor and made it be more real. And once I did that, I was like, well, this is what I want to do. I don't want to do the jokey improv anymore. And I really lost a lot of friends in the improv group because it was suddenly like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm kind of, if you follow my periscopes, I'm kind of that way with journalism right now. And if you need to make choices and decide, you know what? I'm going to lose some friends. The right thing to do is if you're sure you're right. And on the journalism thing, I'm sure I'm right. Being correct and being accurate is more important than being popular. Period. That's it. Now, people like to make, oh, well, you know, if you're not popular, then, well, whatever. If you're the most popular person in the world and you're not accurate, I don't think you've won. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm going to tell you what this is really important. Maybe you don't agree. Okay, fine, then do that. But you have to decide. You have to make choices. And if it means making me unhappy, then go ahead and make me unhappy. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. That's the lesson for tonight. What do I think of the WikiLeaks news service? From what I'm seeing, I like it. But I like news sources. So I want more news sources, not less. Right? There you go. Till next time, I'm Lee Stranahan. We'll see you tomorrow for the Daily Briefing.